What's shaking YouTube tonight? This is your man Tivo. Welcome to Lords of Longbox present the comic book cover price shakers of the week for 8/17/2023. I got two shiny bald faces with me, or bald heads, excuse me, going old school with you today. So as we kick it old school, you know what it is. It's Freestyle Friday. Let's go. Let's kick it off with some Freestyle Friday, shall we? As soon as I find something here, let's go with this one. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Lords of Longbox presents the cover price comic book shakers of the week. We got a couple of old school Lords members. Marty from the Comic Book Fanatic says, "Good to the people, man."
What is good to the people? As Tim says, what's up, YouTubenites? What's up, nerds, comic collectors of all sorts, statue collectors, 6-scale figures, whatever is out there. You guys come on out and check us out tonight. Have fun with us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yep. Otto, say what's good to people.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here tonight, rocking the LOTLB white shirt today. And before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to my niece, Mackenzie Helene, who is leaving tomorrow for college, Mount Holyoke College.
Nice.
Two-sport athlete, killer lacrosse player, field hockey girl. So shout out to Mackenzie. She's going to do big things up there. So can't wait to get started and talk comics with my comic book geeks, man. Geeks, not nerds. Here we go.
Yes,
I love
there's
it.
a difference. I like that. See, we're all about geekdom. It's not about nerddom. It's geekdom, as
That's
Marty
right.
said, right? So once again, this show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com. This comes from our friends at CovrPrice, focusing on new sales or the most interesting sales found on their exclusive daily shakers list. This changes several times every day, to make sure you check it out every day to review some of the hottest trending books in the market. Wow, that's a mouthful. Oh, that's what she said. But yeah, so let's get things started. I don't think there's an offer list. You may get one on here, but there are a couple of staggering prices on here that even shook me a bit. But what do we have for our first one?
We're going to start off with Amazing Spider-Man issue 607, the newsstand from 2009, September 23. J. Scott Campbell has been one of the most recognizable art styles in the industry. His body of work is characterized by his ability to blend dynamic action with expressive characters, often portrayed with a sense of fun and playfulness. He is best known for his work on such titles as Gen 13, Danger Girl, Fairy Tale Fantasies. This cover features a playful Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, front and center wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. This cover was drawn by J. Scott Campbell and colored by Edgar Delgado. This week, a CGC 9.8 sold for an impressive $2,000. Keep in mind, There are two versions of the 2009 cover, the direct market and a newsstand. This issue was printed in the waiting days of newsstand copies, making it challenging to find, even more difficult to find in near mint condition. In fact, the last recorded sale of a 9/8 was back in 2020 when it sold for $720. If you happen to have a copy of the direct edition, and have no fear, because the average copy in near mint condition goes for $100 as well. Classic cover right here, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have a feeling this ain't the only J. Scott Campbell cover you're gonna see on this week's list. But you see how things. I know, Marty, you've kind of been away from the collecting game for a bit. You see how things have changed, where there's niche collecting and like
I do.
Newsstand,
Yep.
horror,
Mhm.
hard to
It's like
find
a variety of stuff now, you know, and it's
Yeah.
just all over. I mean, you can't pinpoint one thing or another out here.
Yeah, I mean, some
Yeah,
things
like
hidden and some things don't. It's kind of crazy,
yeah.
man. So
And
yeah,
I'm
but
surprised this cover. I remember back in 2014, 2015, I remember seeing this over there on the back walls for about going for about 100, 150 bucks then. And
yeah.
now,
But was it
wow.
a
I
news?
mean,
What is it? A newsstand though?
no, it was not a newsstand,
Yeah,
but
that's the yeah.
I have to go back and check I have at least about 3 or 4 of those. I remember when they first came out, I was just picking up Scott Campbell's books all over the place, you know. Anything J. Scott Campbell I was just kind of grabbing up. So, I have to go back in my collection and see if I have that.
And I think it's on the barcode to the left of the little black writing where it tells you that
Mhm.
it's newsstand as direct stand. That's about the only way to
Right,
tell it.
right.
Back in the old days, the entire logo would be different. But let's go old. Let's go old school. This fills my heart to see this book on here.
Let's go. Let's go. Number 2. Shaker number 2 is Four Colors, number 878 by Dell. Published in 1958, Dell Comics, a division of Dell Publishing, began publishing comics in 1929 under Four Colors or Four Color Comics. Four Color produced over 1,300 issues under various titles for over 20 years. Although not the first time Peanut appeared in comics, this Four Color issue sold for an all-time high of $7,200 for a CGC 9.2 this
God
week.
damn.
Dale Hale and Jim Sasseville were the principal producers who worked with Charles Schultz to create the Peanut comic franchise. Dale's artwork and writing are featured in this issue, and the trio was responsible for creating one of the most memorable stories in comic history. Many copies of this issue are on the census, but only one other currently exists at the 9.2 grade. Oh, excuse me, guys. Hold on a second. However, be cautious if you wish to add one to your collection, as there is a 15-cent price variant. Copy and circulation, a reprint by Western with a slightly darker color and the gold key logo in the upper left corner.
There you go. So make sure you get the Dell one. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that's some time machine shit right there, man. If you got a 9.2 from 1958,
Oh, God damn.
man.
Oh my goodness.
Especially built for kids, man. These were made for kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
like,
were.
You know,
well,
these kids were ripping these up, rolling them up, you know?
Yeah. Well, now
I called them the funny pages back in the days.
Yeah,
you know?
the funny pages. Yeah. Well, nowadays, geeks have money and they go back and they relive their childhood. We've seen that over and over again, especially with with video games and people slapping old video games and the original Nintendo 64 games and all that good stuff. Not even Nintendo, Super Nintendo games that people are doing. Atari. So yeah, Four Color issue number 878 from Dell, 1958, 9.2 for $7,200. This is probably the most obscure comic on here and the most trippiest one.
Yeah, let's go 0 for 3. Come on. I mean, not to say that. If you got this, man, we need proof of life on this one. This is Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, issue 1 by Jim Mofford. IDW kicked this out in 2016 and stepped into the whirlwind of the cult classic chaos with Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, number 1, issue 1. The gripping adaptation of Thompson's iconic work brings his gonzo journalism style to life in a vivid new medium, capturing the essence of a wild and unconventional journey illustrated by Jim Mofford. This issue is a portal to the realm of Thompson's unforgettable narrative. The comic provides an exciting reimagination of the 1971 novel that delved into the heart of the American dream with a fearless, satirical edge, Various directors have also adapted cinematic adaptations, reflecting the challenge of translating his unorthodox style. From Martin Scorsese to Oliver Stone's attempt at Terry Gilliam's eventual 1998 film featuring Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. Thompson's tale has sparked curiosity and creativity in storytelling across the genres. This issue has flown under the radar, and there are only 13 recorded raw sales and 0 slab sales. There are only 5 copies in the CGC census, all 9.8s, showcasing just how niche this book is. Last week, a raw near mint sold for $90, significantly surpassing the high sale of $32.99 from January of this year. And just check out the current listed prices, asking for $300 to $500 for raws and $600 to $1,400 for a 9.8. In a society where boundaries of reality are often blurred, this issue stands as a testament to the enduring relevance of Thompson's chaotic exploration of the American dream. God damn, I should get an award for that read. That was rough, my boy.
Shakers,
very impressive, Otto.
Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, #1 for $90. And who hasn't had a crazy acid trip-filled trip to Vegas? I mean, that's basically what it's about. I mean,
hand raised.
Do you guys remember this weird animation about this kind of Toad version of Hunter S. Thompson? And I think it was Johnny Depp who played that character as well. So I'm in the live trap job, but there was an animated movie where it was like, I don't know, was it a Toad or something, but it was an animated kind of version of Hunter S. Thompson that I think that Depp also did the voicing for so I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but I remember watching it thinking like, God, this is not for kids. This is some weird shit going on here, man.
You've actually seen this one then, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen this. I wouldn't even like.
No, I haven't seen the comic. I see the movie. Yeah.
The movie. Yeah.
The movie is trippy too, though. I mean, it's just basically him going on an acid bender and going to Vegas. Johnny Depp, that is pure weirdness right there.
Wow.
All right. I've seen this book appear, but read carefully.
Yes. Shaker #4 is The Incredible Hulk #377, third print now by Marvel, published in 1991. We were all scratching our heads over this one. Now, don't crash your cars trying to read this. Text your ex to go through that box of comics that you left in your garage, or ask your LCS to rummage through their inventory. But yes, this 9.8 of The Incredible Hulk #377, third print, sold for, wait for it, a whopping $14,750. It's legit, folks. Confirmed by the seller. It is sure to send a tidal wave through the Nerdville. So what's the deal with the third print anyways? Well, the first print came out back in the beginning of 91, and between the almost negative style color design compiled with the critically storylines of the emerging Hulk persona, it was a apparent hit and flew off the shelves. Marvel figured it was good enough for the second print, which was released almost immediately after the first. Strangely, though, nearly 3 years later, 1994, not 1991, was listed on CGC. Marvel decided to circulate a low-run third print, which was quietly flown under the radar for quite some time now. There are plenty of copies of this rare third printing on the census, 474 to be exact. But it seems most are holding on for their dear life to their fluorescent slabs. But rest assured, the current 12 holders of the 9.8s, you won't like them when they're angry.
I have yet to see this actual third print in person. I've seen the first print, the second print. I haven't seen the fucking error one, but I've yet to see this third print in person.
I have to go back. I mean, I've got to go dig through my long boxes because I know I have a third print. I don't know if I have a direct, and I don't know if I have the error. So I've got. My God, man,
time to sell now.
Yeah.
So now that there's precedent for it. So Incredible Hulk 377 third print variant, $14,750 the price of a used Accord, basically. So
right.
Yeah. I'm talking about animated films that are coming up.
Love it. The new show was great. I loved it. But Invincible 19 from 2004, with the return of Invincible on Amazon Prime, is right around the corner. For those who are fans of the series, it's been an excellent interpretation expansion to enjoy. Something we get to enjoy in the first season was the incredible roster of characters. That includes those whose first appearance in this book, Battle Beast, Manga Attack, Magamaniac, and Theory Tyrant introduced earlier. They all became recurring characters with varying degrees of depth. Recently, a fan opted to acquire this book for an astounding $675 for a CGC 9.8, a massive jump from its previous all-time high of $425 achieved back in 2022. Oddly enough, both high sales occurred in the off-season, as Season 1 was released in mid-2021, while most of the recent was just before the release of Season 2. It's just another example of the legs of this series has and its ability to draw in new fans as it reaches a new audience. Some who go back to where it all began to secure a book heavily featuring key first issue appearances.
Yeah, so Invincible has a ton of world building around it and a ton of characters in it. Hell, they just dropped a thing on Amazon Prime about the origins of the girl.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, and they didn't even tell anybody. They just surprisingly popped
they just dropped it.
Yeah, what was it called?
Oh, I don't know. It was
something.
I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, no,
it was pretty good though. But but
somebody in the live chat help us out.
Yeah, they were just recently went on Amazon Prime. It was like an origin story of the girl, one of the girls from Invincible. It's pretty dope. But all right, here's one that it looks familiar, but once again, look closely.
Shaker number 6 is Iron Fist number 14. 35-cent regional price by Marvel, published in 1977. Let's revisit a modern-day grail we covered a little over the year ago. In 1976, Marvel tested a price increase from 25 cents to 30 cents in 6 test markets, branding the new amount with different colors or shapes, such as a starburst. After it was deemed a success, Marvel tried it again in 1977 in another 6 market, possibly only 4 or 5 for the 35 cent. With a subtle change, they kept the same look and the style of the 30-cent copies and only replaced the price. Although Marvel fully adopted the 35 cents increase, these low printed price variants today are hard to find. They have, however, generated some of the most valuable Bronze Age books like Star Wars number 1.
Yep.
Got it. The highly exclusive, elusive Scooby-Doo number 1, and this first issue of Iron Fist number 14, the first appearance of Sabretooth. There are 184 copies of the 35-cent run printed, and some collectors have managed to acquire them all. However, it must be confirmed if anyone has the complete set, including the blank bar era Captain America number 212. This week, a copy of Iron Fist number 14 hit a high of $5,750 for a CGC of 8.0, just an 8.0, ladies and gentlemen, which is a slight dip from the $6,000 for a CGC 7.0 back in the early 2022. But notably, in that this sale outsold the 8.5 grades from 2018. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So I mean, the price variants have been around a long time. People have been searching them out. Like Star Wars number 1 has always been the one go-to, right? That everybody knew about. That it was, because I had some other ones too, but they're insignificant because they don't have any really, they're like first issues, first appearance, or anything like that. Just like kind of the Mark Jewelers insert. Sometimes if they hit with like a first appearance or first issue or something, they get more price. But this is $6,000 for first Sabretooth. Just imagine if Sabretooth comes back on the big screen. It's going to get a jump, another jump. Yeah. All right. Iron Fist number 14, the 35-cent price, 45-cent cover price. I want to say regional price, but anyway, from August 1977, $5,750 for an 8.0. This is why my favorite cover on the next one right here. This one is my favorite cover of the week.
Wow. Look at this, man. All right. So Psylocke number 1.
I have like 2 of those, man, I think.
Come on, Marty. Come on. You're blowing us away with this stuff, dude. You take a little break and look at this. You're just dropping the hammer.
You have the second print, though.
I don't know. I do not know. I'll have to go back and check.
Okay.
All right, we'll take a look.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. So this is Psylocke number 1, the Tolabayo cover, if I'm saying this right. It's a second print from 2009. So Psylocke is a psychic assassin in a perplexing Marvel storyline where Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain, and Kanan, who is Revenance, shared the same persona. Betsy tries to reunite with her deceased original body in this first issue of her self-titled solo series, with the gruesome cover art depicted here by acclaimed Filipino illustrator Harvey Tolabao, I guess. However, Tolabao. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tolabao. However, there is one of those unique instances where the second print, lower distribution run, outperforms the original version. This week, we have a CGC 9.8 copy reaching an all-time high sale of $900, almost tripling the highest recorded sale of a regular issue. As a secondary character, Psylocke has yet to have as much success as other characters in MCU's canon, considering the complexity of her backstory, but has undoubtedly had many artists aspiring to illustrate the Omega-level mutant. Although Olivia Munn had a limited role as Psylocke in the X-Men Apocalypse, it will be interesting to see how the character will evolve, and fans eagerly hope to see her return to the big screen. That is a sick cover, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, and they didn't do her justice in the movie.
No, not at all.
I mean, the outfit was true to comics, which almost like seemed like a little too bad, but this cover is gorgeous. I mean, just outside of Psylocke's body, look at the ninjas and all the detail in the cover art. I mean, that is absolutely fucking fantastic, man. Now I want to go get one. 900 for 9.8. I'd pull the trigger. Why not?
Oh yeah,
right.
Beautiful cover, man.
Psylocke #1, the Harley Talabao. Second print Marvel variant. So you got two Asians on the show.
All right.
We'll help you with the Asian names. Putang in shit, man. Putang mo, okay? Okay. So
putang mo.
Oh, putang mo na shit, man. Okay. As always, this show, we always like to show old horror books, and this week is no different.
Especially with Halloween coming up, and I love me some horror. Number 8 shaker is Startling Terrors Tales number 11. Star publication, published in 1952. More pre-code horror record sales coming your way this week. There are many rare and seminal cover pre-code comic collectors love to add to their collections. Even rarer are cover variants from this highly desirable age of comics. The cover for Startling Terrors number 11, volume 1, is by famed pre-code artist L.B. Cole and features the ghost spider of death. A giant life-size spider with a bloody mouth skull head. Caught in its web are the heads of the previous victims, and its arms are a headlight, damsels in distress, and a dead man. This cover has it all. Further, this comic exists with both a blue border or a black border behind the title. This particular sale was from the rarer black border. With everything going for it, it's no wonder we saw a whopping record sale of 11K for a CGC 4.0. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Comparables are hard to find, as this is truly a unicorn comics, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is a variant cover, but I don't think they did it on purpose. It sounds like almost a printing error, right? Or maybe they did. I mean, if it is, it's got to be the earliest variant ever, right? That came out in 1952. Right. But just look at that. That's a horrifying fucking comic.
It is. It's absolutely horrifying. And even back then, I mean, even into the 60s and 70s when they were doing eerie and creepy magazines, I mean, they were some really, really horrific colors, especially done by artists like Boris Vallejo, Joe Jusko, all of them. I mean, my God, a lot of those things were very, very beautiful artwork, beautiful, but very horrific.
Yeah, but these are pre-code horror, so not before Soda, Seduction of the Innocent, Sodi. So imagine little Jimmy bringing this home, and his mom's like, "What are you reading?" "Oh, I'm just reading this." Boom, go to the Senate, and they started burning books. That's when
bringing it to church.
Yeah, that's why they were more valuable, because a lot of them were part of book burnings. They were, literally burning up these books. So, so a 4.0 for 10 grand. Wow. Almost 11 grand. That is nuts.
That is crazy. Talk about having a collector catch that,
Yeah. So somebody knew what they were doing when they were buying this off color one. That's not the regular variant. I would be curious to see what the other one's going for, but what do you have for the next shaker?
We're looking at the this. All right, let's see what you guys think about this one right here. Tales of Leonardo, Blind Sight number 4 from 2006 in Image Mirage Comics. By the time Peter Laird and Jim Lawson brought the Turtles back home to Mirage Studios in 2001, they were on their 4th volume of a 3-year stint at Image Comics under their belt. The Turtles weren't teenagers anymore. They were in their 30s, and they were accepted by society, but strangely still lived in the sewer below the city. By issue 28 in June of 2006, the series was starting to lose its steam, as issue 29 and 30 were published a few years later, while issue 31 was released as an online comic book, only to be published in print in 2015. And issue 32 was printed in 2014 for Free Comic Book Day. Tales of Leonardo Blind Sight came around the same time as issue 28 and was a 4-issue miniseries that told the story of blind Leonardo finding his way in the world. Since this was a miniseries on the tail of the end of the Turtles' popularity, the print runs were very low, hovering around 2,000 copies. This week, a raw near-mint copy of last issue sold for $71, which was double the sale 4 months ago. It's always a good idea to keep your eyes peeled for these later Mirage issues in any Turtles back bin. I've never seen this. I don't know.
Yeah, Turtles are on a rebound because I saw, if you haven't seen the animated movie, you should go check it out. Great stuff. Great soundtrack too. We were just talking before the show about all the great soundtracks come out this year. Like so far, my favorite has been Rise of the Beast, Transformers.
Agreed.
Oh, that soundtrack was so dope. But then so I just saw today they had a teaser for the new Blind Ronin video game. And that looks really good. I mean, it just showed like candles being blown out, but it said Last Ronin. I was like, oh shit. Because if for those of us remember, Turtles didn't start as, pizza eating cowabunga teenagers. It was pretty dark. And then, they kind of got there. But I think, that documentary about Eastman and Laird, one wanted to go like mass merchandising and the other one was like, no. And they finally reunited like not too long ago. Look out for those Turtles books, man. I still remember the video game, Teenage Mutant Turtles, where 4 players play at one time. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't have this book, but I do have a signed book by Eastman with a little turtle head drawn on that. Is that
yeah, he did a signing at my LCS before. Yeah.
Did he? Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, man, I have some. I used to have the original Turtles run where kind of like a weird magazine size. Remember the black and white size before they went color? And unfortunately, I sold those. I think I only have number 4 left. And I think I have the one-shot Raphael left. I think that's it.
That was a good book.
Yeah. Last one is to see on the Shakers list, but we're going to see what's shaking the day, boys and girls. So hang around. And as promised, I know this J. Scott Campbell cover. Maybe this is my favorite one.
Number 10 shaker is X-Terminators number 1. Once again by J. Scott Campbell, produced by Marvel in 2022. J. Scott Campbell is one of the most collectible artists in modern comic book covers. As we know, his artwork is highly a collectible commodity, and his trade dressed 2022 New York City. That's hot. New York City. Like New York City, New York comic.
And NYCC.
Yeah. NYCC exclusive was a massive hit. However, fans would be dazzled by Campbell's extremely limited release of a Virgin Artist Proof cover. The AP cover was only available through Campbell's store and released with hand number COAs from 1 to 300. With such a small print run, the books immediately flew off the shelves and weren't seen much afterwards. The aftermarket seemingly forgot about the book until the past week, where we saw a sale for a CGC 9.8 go for $250. Not bad. At first, this may not seem like significant news, although a quick dive into the CGG census revealed the Campbell Virgin AP cover was only 3 books on the census. More significantly, these 3 books are the only graded 9.8 copies. The 2022 New York City trade covers currently have 40 books on the census, 33 of which are graded at a 9.8. When we compare these numbers, we can see why the AV covers are selling for a premium. Additionally, this past week, a rumor began to spread that Taylor Swift.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go again. The Taylor Swift will be making her premiere MCU appearance as a cameo in Deadpool 3. The character she would portray would be none other than Dazzler. This rumor has propelled Dazzler back into the spotlight and to the top of the most collectors want list. There it is, Dazzler once again. I remember Dazzler being big hype a few years ago, but now we're talking back about Dazzler again, and get it before it's gone.
Her first appearance is making moves too. The X-Men book,
130.
Yep,
130. Yeah,
I have that too. I should get mine slabbed. But yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. If
it is. It is.
I think Miss Laura could cosplay this, right? Blonde hair.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Outfit. Yeah. So I would say hit her up on our private Instagram, but don't do it. Don't say, hey, we heard that you would do a great.
Wait, isn't she married though, man?
Yeah, no. But
but this is what Dazzler you would think would look like, right? This is like every depiction that John Romita Jr. and John Byrne did.
Oh yeah,
this
super
is
disco
like
hair, like
super disco hair, the eyes. You know what I mean? Like
right.
This would be pretty rad.
So shout out to you Swifties out there who are buying this up. So let's go see what's shaking today, boys and girls, as I share my screen seamlessly. And
all right, what do we got here? How many people we got in the chat? How many people we got thumbing up this video? Let's go. 93 people, 121 people in the chat. Dig it.
Oops,
nice.
I saw this. Let me update and see if
video up.
Let me update and see if my collection has changed in value. Nope. Yeah. 116, and it's probably I haven't updated a lot of stuff, so
that's a good investment though, Tim. That's tangible investment right there, sir.
That's right. So let's see what's shaking the dope, boys today, boys and girls. There is a new update that was sent out where you can search for things easier. But we're not here to see that. We're here to see what's shaking, man. Speaking of Dazzler, there she is. Man, she was on our top 10. These are the biggest movers of the week. Look, Punisher's getting some love. Interesting. Very interesting to see where the tea leaves fall. But we're here to see what's shaking. Oh, I already see I got some in the top row.
It doesn't surprise me though what I see. I was looking at that earlier before we came on the show, and it doesn't surprise me. Those have always been the big key books right there.
Oh, I'm killing. I got 4 to 6. Look at that. The House of Secrets used to be on my kind of to get
that was on mine too, Tim, but at the price it is now, man. I've got I had like 4 or 5 of those Ultimate Fallouts. I think I may have got 2 because I kind of like AOK'd that to other people.
Oh my god, AOK. Damn. You should ask for that shit back, man. Hey, we were just talking about this. The Raphael one shot.
Yeah.
First appearance, Casey Jones, 1200 and 9.6. Yep.
I think that's Ray has
Casey
that
Jones.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, first Casey Jones.
Great book.
Yeah. So Tales to Astonish.
Tim, hit the Foom 10. Go up to the Foom 10. Let me ogle in this book right here, which I'm a firm believer
you have this?
You know what? I sold it, and I'm going to tell you a very funny story about this. I sold it at a premium when it was blown up. And this is a very funny story if I can educate you guys for all of 60 seconds. I sold this, and I said to myself, I will get this, and that's exactly what I sold mine for. Not in 2023, but I had a 9.2 that I paid like $400 for, and somebody offered me over $3,500 for it, and I sold it.
Wow.
But I said, I will find this book again, right? And that's what I truly believe in. And 2.5 years later, I have a better looking copy found at my LCS 2.5 miles from my house, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. And that's awesome. Is better than that. And that's how I believe that, you know what? You'll find this stuff again, you guys. It's okay to sell it. You'll find it again.
Interesting negative looking kind of cover, isn't it?
Yeah. And they say that predates GSX1, and that's what the label
does. It says here, preview a new X-Men team predates Giant Size X-Men #1.
So, sure does.
I think that was a question we asked before, like, what does FOOM stand for? Why don't you tell them, Otto?
Friends of Old Mary Marvel.
There you go. That would be too easy if we asked that and gave away something. So, Madam Web.
Have it.
Tales of the Crypt. That is gnarly.
Have it.
Yeah, I don't mess with that one.
Look at that one. Yo.
Nice.
Talk about details.
Talk about just what we were talking about earlier with those horror covers and everything. They're very gruesome too. Even back then, for their standards back in the 1950s and 60s,
Yeah, 3,000, 9.4 sold for 3,000 back in last year, March 31st, 750 for 5.0. Like there goes. Like before the pandemic, I was like, you know what, I want to start collecting like pre-code horror, but then so did everybody else. It seemed like, and I was like,
can't mess with
damn,
that.
Well, yeah,
I'm
and
out.
shoot, that's when you saw a lot of comic sales, especially during the pandemic. There's nothing but looking on the internet, looking for deals, looking for sales, and everything, and there you
Yeah.
go.
Plus the advent of so many different, outlets to sell like
True.
Whatnot and Short
Yeah,
Box and all
yeah.
those things, My Slab. So there's a lot of other ways to buy it. The great
It's a Michael Turner one right there, isn't it?
Yeah, look at
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
920 for 650.
Yeah,
Look at that.
beautiful cover, man. That was on my want list for quite some time too, man. But
If I remember, he did
that's just
quite
hard
a
to get that
few.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did the other ones as well. So
yeah.
I think I have number one.
Mhm.
And I think I may have the black and white too, but I mean, just the way
Black
Michael
and white,
Turner
great.
draws is so incredible, man.
I
Yeah,
have the majority of those ones. There's just that one right there with the Supergirl in the air, and there was another one. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been like Superman and Supergirl in the air, or one or the other. But yeah, that one was hard to get one as well.
Look at this one, another one, Witch's Tales.
Witch's Tale.
I guess we are getting close to October. Hollywood comic covers or Halloween comic covers.
Weird yarns of
unseen
unseen terror.
I dig it.
Higher. I love it, man. I love those old covers.
Witch's Tales from 1954, right before Sodi. 650 for a 7.5. Highest known value, only $1,000 for a 9.0. But somebody's
bad,
sitting on a
man.
bunch of these, I guarantee you.
Yeah, sure. Especially old time collectors, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shit, I think I had this FF issue. I know I have this one.
That's a great
appearance
one.
of
Yep. First
Annihilus,
Annihilus. Double first appearance. People have been sacking on that.
Yep. Where's Miss Laura needed? Blonde with the red dress on. That's her favorite type of cover. So
Is that one of those bondage covers,
Yeah, that's
flying off a
bondage
flying
too.
plane right there in World War II, right? Look at that.
It was very, those covers were very popular back then, especially with the women in sort of a bondage type of.
Wonder Woman. That's another subgenre
yeah.
of collecting is bondage
Mhm.
covers, and mostly it's like Wonder Woman. Like famously, she was strapped onto a bomb and just dropped.
Yeah.
For just shits and giggles, we watched the Justice League, not the Venom, not the Snyder cut, over the weekend because it was on TV. So then I was like, I can't deal with the commercial. I went to HBO Max. And I saw it, and it's not bad. People hate on it, but
Sure.
for the most part, I look back on it and I say that's pretty cool, man.
It's entertainment, right?
Yeah. So say what you will. It's to me.
I've been seeing that Spawn cover a lot.
Yeah, look at this Star Wars Dolph Maul.
I just bought that one, but in the color version, not the black and white.
Yeah, this is limited to 500. Wizard World Sketch Fair in 2014. The first appearance of Gar Saxon, the first appearance of Rook Cass, and an introduction of the Darksaber, which is very important because we got Ahsoka coming. You know what I was watching last night in preparation that for Ahsoka to drop tonight is I've been watching Rebels.
Have you really?
Yeah.
There's like a list that you can look up, and it tells you all the important Ahsoka episodes to watch on all the different mediums. Not that I know those, but
and Ahsoka was badass
I watched Rebels a while back, and when I saw the trailer for Ahsoka come out, I was just first thing I saw was a Chopper. Chopper was right there, and I'm
amazing.
like, oh, wait a minute. I'm like, hold on, are they just going to show Chopper? And then they started, seeing the other cast. The characters, and I'm like, are you kidding me? They're really bringing in the Rebels crew, huh?
Yeah. And what's amazing is Chopper was kind of a dickhead at the beginning of the series. Like he was always,
he really was.
Yeah. Talk about a real ass, right?
Yeah. So was C-3PO. He knocked them out to the Republic, but then he went back to the Empire. Then he went back to I don't want to give away too much, but he went back to Senator Organa, Bail Organa. Right, that precursor to like Princess Leia, and you'll see Leia in Rebels as well. Famously, I mean, you see Sabine Wren, which is one of the coolest characters doing her graffiti, and we already know that she's going to be in the Ahsoka series, which drops tonight at midnight. There's going to be they're going to show 2 episodes tonight, so I'm stoked. I can't wait for that, man. So got myself in a primer. I've been reading watching the Rebels again, which is really, if you haven't watched Rebels or Clone Wars, you should watch it, especially now. I mean, just the music itself is like it transforms you back into the world of Star Wars.
It's awesome. So amazing what they're doing with some of these cartoon characters into a live TV version, man. I mean, I mean, really, what we're getting nowadays when it comes to Star Wars is just unbelievable what they can do. It's all cinema version types of movie style, and I mean, it's just amazing what they can do nowadays. Oh, the Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man #4 variant version right there. I have that one. I
Yeah,
have
Yep.
that
so
Roberto
Catwoman right
Ramos.
there. Yeah.
yeah, so this is supposed to be like the first appearance of Sydney Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to really go back, she's in a panel on, is it issue #1? I want to say, or is it this one where she was there when Peter Parker got bit by a spider in Amazing, but they
Right,
drew her,
right,
but she
right.
was in the background, unnamed, and they kind of
Yes,
redoes
yes.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
first
I
appearance of
remember that.
Cindy Moon, 454, 9.8, and it's supposed to be a Silk series like coming down the pipeline too soon, not too soon. I hope the writer strike doesn't interfere with that, like with so much that's been going on. Gwen Stacy, I'm gonna rewatch that again.
Looks like the Amazing Spider-Man, the Sinister Six, the annual #1, looks like it kind of went down on price from what it used to be for.
Yeah,
Go up a
because
little bit.
they're
Yeah.
supposed to be in the next Spider-Verse movie or
Yeah.
cartoon, something along those lines, right? That's something I forgot
Yeah.
about.
I think because they kind of fucked it up in the last series, and when they just kind of
Yeah.
teased it, and then they did nothing with it afterwards.
Yeah, but I don't think they tease it. I think the fandom kind of teases it themselves. So look at this.
Deadpool #1. I had that one. I sold that in one of my
Oh,
$1
yeah, I got
auctions at one
that's
time.
Did you really?
Oh, I
Look at-
sold
Yeah, I
this
did.
one
that one.
numerous times. Yeah, I sold this
Yeah.
one numerous times. It's the die cut one, I think.
Yeah.
Or it's a
Yeah,
hard
What's that
definitely.
going for now? About 400? Yeah.
Yep. First, this is the direct edition from 1993, which were booming at that time. $67 for 9.4. That's it.
Yeah.
But 4,924 at 9.9 last year.
Shit, I don't got that. That's for damn sure.
I think it's.
I read that
that
shit
dollar
like crazy
comic
when I
right
was a
there.
kid. Yeah, I know.
All right, let's see what else is Star Trek.
Some some not so surprising on that list, but some surprising to me. Especially go all the way down. You see that Kato? Is it Kanto #1?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This was supposed to be an animated film.
I like the artwork. I really do, and I like
Yeah.
how they did the characters. It's kind of has that cutish kind of robotic look. I like.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like Iron
Bad
Giant
Robot.
almost. Yeah,
you see that in
bad like
Robot.
Iron Giant, that kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
steampunk kind of version of him. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is 380 for 9.8. But you see
I'm
all
gonna
the
get into
covers
it,
there.
man. I'm a superhero guy. It's hard for me to get into these other stories. You know.
Well, let me tell you something about something I watched that you should watch. Things that
I'll
T will
listen to
watch.
that. Yeah.
Things that T will watch that you should watch is I'm currently right now watching. I'm on an anime kick, so I've been watching Dota Dragon Blood. If you haven't
Okay.
seen it, it's incredible. It's a Netflix animated series based off of the video game by BioWare, and it's so expansive. It starts off with like a dragon knight, and it just goes onto these dragons and some fantasy magic elves and dragons and all that shit.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? If
You've
you're-
always been into that type of D&D type of genre as well.
Excalibur, right? Excalibur. the
Excalibur,
greatest
one of the
movie
best
Yeah,
movies of all
Excalibur,
time,
yeah.
man. That
Yeah.
Love that.
Castlevania, which was
You
good
remember
as well.
Dragon Slayer back in the 80s as
Of
well?
course.
Yeah.
If you watching those, and those were
Yeah.
always, and Willow was a big one for
Willow
me.
was a
when I-
good one.
back
Yeah.
in the
Or
1980s,
Legend, right?
so.
Now we're getting into other
Yeah.
things. Now we're getting off on a tangent. But
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But when the houses or Game of Thrones came out, you're like, it's like not really high fantasy until the end when you see like everything come out and play out
Right.
the way it did, and then you
Right.
guys start
Right.
seeing, House of the Dragon is a little bit less magic, but there's dragons in there, so it's nice something in between, those things that you
In
can watch,
between
man.
type. Yeah, absolutely.
But I heard that they're going to be dropping a new Game of Thrones series about Duncan and Duncan the Tall and Egg, which are Aegon the First and its knife called Duncan the Tall, and it's going to be a Game of Thrones that takes place between after House of Dragons, before Game of Thrones. So, and there's a comic that's based on it, because if you want to really go deep, start looking for those Game of Thrones comics. When when they started hitting, man. That's what
I
say.
remember when they hit those a while back. I think it was back in 2015 or 2016 when they started coming out with those.
Yeah. All right, Marty, we're almost at the end of our show. Any last words?
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure, and it's definitely an honor to be able to be invited back on to Lords of the Long Box. You know, a lot of nostalgia going on right here. So thank you so much. And thank you everybody out there for watching. If you have not already, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and check us out, all of us out on Facebook, social media, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. We're
Marty will
all,
be back.
all on there.
Marty will be back.
I will
Otto,
be
any
back,
last
ladies and
words?
gentlemen.
Nothing, man. Just happy I could join in tonight. You know, these guys are old school, man. Before I was old school, and I'm considered old school at this point. You know, comic book fanatics, Lords of the Long Box. We go deep, man. This was like Google Hangouts. People don't know about that, but man. So
exactly.
we had to use Google Hangouts. We
there.
had
Man.
StreamYard stuff. So
Yeah.
truly an honor to be with two guys who helped mold what 3 Men in the Basement are.
Oh man,
I had a great time tonight. You'll see me a little bit more than often.
He froze up, didn't he?
Make sure you sub up to that.
Oh, there he goes.
Got some content always kicking out, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube. And to all you guys, you know, everybody in the live chat, thank you very much for listening and watching, and sub up, comment, like, and share all that stuff. You know what to do. This was a great show. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you Tuesday for the Cover Price top 10, and Marty and Otto may be back. I'm pretty sure Marty will be. I don't know if Otto will be, but Marty always says welcome on here. He was part of the original Lords show that went live. Marty and Darkside Jedi, and if you don't know about Comic Book Fanatics, they really kicked off this whole online thing, and then I jumped on there one time. Remember you had that nut comics for whatever was on there and all that drama, and it was just like crazy.
It was drama back in the days.
It was us. It was you. It was the NY Warriors. It was a bunch of cats that we were just going on fucking that horrible Google Hangouts, and there was like 10 of us on there.
It was.
It's
just so fresh. It was so new back then, and the whole concept was just kind of bring the community together, bring a face to the channel, because back then, remember, it was just like that first person shooter view of comic books. Everybody just kind of showed off their comic book, but
you never saw their faces.
No, you never saw the faces. I had wild hair up my ass, and I was just like, let's just bring the community together. Let's do a show, man. So there we go.
Yep. Shout out to God damn, what's his name, man? Your Team Frankness. I already forgot your name.
Team Frank. Yeah, Frank. My boy Frank.
Yeah, your boy Frank, who co-started
Frank.
And he's still kicking around. He tags me every now and then on Instagram, showing off books.
Team
and
Franklin
everything.
Fitness. I follow him all the time, man. It's good to see him.
Man.
Ray has not stopped. He's always been active, even when I kind of dropped off the radar for a while. He's always been active, especially on the Facebook group and everything. So hey, you guys. Sorry about that.
Who let the dogs out? All right, boys and girls. Shout out to all you guys for watching. Until next time, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.
The world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
Know that the Lord is
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this you shall know that the Lord is In this you shall know that the Lord is
Go on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this you shall know that the Lord is
What's in the box?